So welcome to the second episode of Supernatural Santa Barbara. In the first episode, you heard a ghost saying goodnight to me. Now that was picked up by a digital tape recorder. This is kind of standard equipment that is used for paranormal investigations. These tape recorders are able to pick up the voices of spirits. Not when you are playing them, recording them, you cannot hear them directly with the human ear. But after you play them back, you can hear something being reproduced on the tape recorder, and it doesn't sound like it's human, and so that's why these are called electric voice phenomena. And as you become familiar with the paranormal, your ear is sort of trained to kind of deciphering what these EVPs are saying. Electric voice phenomena, or EVPs, can be picked up by digital tape recorders. They can also be picked up by telephone answering machines. Because basically the spirits are in the environment, and they are responding to what's going on in the environment. And so if you have an answering machine or something that can record any sort of voice or sound, then it's possible to also have an EVP picked up by an answering machine, and that was what happened to me in my case. So it was in March of 2008 when I was living in a home that was experiencing a lot of paranormal activity, that I came home one afternoon or one morning, I can't remember exactly what it was, and a friend of mine left a message on my answering machine, and after her message had been played, there was something else, and I thought that was very strange, this sort of staticky noise, and I thought that maybe she had forgotten to turn off her cell phone. It was sort of moving around in her purse and just making those weird noises. But then after I listened to it a few times, it sort of entered my mind that this could be an EVP, because I had already heard EVPs before, and my ear had been sort of attuned to what they now sounded like. And so it's like, when we're on this side kind of consciousness, we can't even, open our minds to the idea that a ghost could leave a message on your answering machine. But since I'd already experienced paranormal activity, I was open to that, and I thought, well, that's certainly possible, because EVPs can be picked up by any kind of recording device. So I then taped the EVP from the answering machine, recorded it onto this device, and then downloaded it into a digital wave player software into my computer, and then listened to it for about 50 to 100 times over and over again. And then finally I could actually pick up the words that were being spoken, and not entirely 100%, but almost. And that was after listening to it so many times with earphones. And so when you listen to these EVPs, they don't really sound like anything you can understand or decipher, but after listening to them several times, you can actually pick up what these entities are saying, not 100% clearly, but after listening to it for several times, you're able to pick things up, and this is what I found. So I hope you enjoyed the second episode of Supernatural Santa Barbara. Please send me your comments on YouTube or Facebook, and also to let you know that I have a Facebook page, and I'm having a contest where if you go to my Facebook page and like my page by October 31st, Halloween of this year, you'll be entered into a drawing to win a free copy of my new book, Spiritland, Ghosts of California Central Coast, which is scheduled for international release on September 28th of this year. Spiritland begins with the legend of Point Conception, which was believed in Chumash Indian tradition to be the portal to the next life here in North America. Spiritland takes you to various locations along the California Central coastline that have experienced paranormal activity, and it ends with the duel between two entities, one good and one evil. And at its essence, this book explores the last frontier death and tries to create a new paradigm of life and death in the 21st century. And I really hope that this book will give hope to people who have lost, loved ones and people that have passed on. And I hope that it will take away the finality of death, and to let people know that there's a continuance and that we actually have proof of this through electric voice phenomena, through the EVPs, through photographs, and different kinds of all sorts of documented evidence that is too large to ignore. So stay tuned for the next episode of Supernatural Santa Barbara, where I will share with you what has to be the ultimate for me in paranormal experiences. A phone call from the dead.